What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing and review of the Status Pro X headphones, or earbuds. Right? I've waited a long time for these. I pre-ordered these back in July, actually, and it took this long for them to get to me. I was expecting them last month, but then I got an email saying that there was some software issues, so they pushed it back to this month. They just came in a couple days ago. So I really wanted to dive into them then, but obviously I was working on other content, so I wanted to make sure I unbox these with you guys here on the channel. So here they are. Super excited to have these guys in. So let's go ahead and quickly go through price and specs and everything. So as far as price, right now they had a pre-order price of $249. Once that pre-order period is over, I believe they will go up to $299. You only currently have the black alloy colorway. Hopefully they'll drop a white version in the future, similar to the between three ANCs. So here's hoping. As always, I'll leave links in the description below to where you can pick these guys up. As we flip over to specs, these bikes rock a Bluetooth 5.3 with codec support of AAC, SBC, and LDAC. A nice bump up for them, considering they didn't have LDAC in the previous version. Absolutely impressive. As far as noise canceling, they have a hybrid active noise canceling system that'll cancel up to 52 decibels of powerful noise canceling with transparency mode. You know, I will test that out for sure. I was very impressed with the noise canceling on the 3 ANCs. So let's see if they improved it on these. As far as battery life, you can get up to 8 hours on the earbuds, but when you include the case, you can get up to 24 hours. There was no mention of fast charging on these. So if I hear or read anything about the fast charging, I will pin it in the comments below. So that way you'll always know. You can always reference to that. Or I might even drop it in the description as well. I might just do that. Just drop that in the description once I hear one way or the other and what the rate is. As far as wireless charging, yes, the case does support that, which is always a welcome sight for me. As far as water resistance rating, they are rated, I'm thinking the earbuds are rated IP55, dust and water resistant. So having these out and about with sweating it up and everything, not a problem. As far as features go, let me take a deep breath because we got a nice long line here. You've got the triple driver acoustic system. You got an upgraded 12 millimeter dynamic driver, moved up from a 10 millimeter from the 3 ANCs. Awesome. And combine that with a dual nose balanced armature drivers in each earbud. So I can't wait to test that out for the sound. I'm very interested to see how that 12 millimeter driver holds up. As for, they also have wireless high-res audio certification. They got 6 beamforming mics, 3 per earbud to improve noise canceling, transparency mode, and clear calls. They have the Voice Loom AI speech enhancement, also for clear calls in a noisy environment. Or any noisy environments, that is. You got Bluetooth LE and Aerocast support, so you can share your audio. Very nice. Or use audio in low energy situations. You got side tone for call. Also, the side tone feature also for calls. Sorry, you got GPS tracking for lost earbuds. You got both touch and button controls. You got Android Fast Pair, Microsoft Swift Pair. You got Multipoint connectivity, and you got Status Hub app support for both Android and iOS. Whew. These things are loaded. Let's get this thing open. All right. All right, let's go ahead and see. Very excited. Get the sleeve off. Bam. Status Pro X. Very excited. Let's go ahead and pop that open. All right, nothing underneath but status, nothing but status underneath the hood. Let's go ahead and pull this out. I'm loving the presentation so far. Status Pro, I'm loving it. Let's go ahead and pop this. Let's take a look. This is our absolutely. All right, this is our what's this? Our quick user guide. Oh, this is no thank you card from James Bertuzzi, CEO and founder of Status. Very nice. Okay, we got some questions to be answered, how to contact them. And of course, in warranty information, you could download the app, the Pro X app there, or not the Pro X, but the Status Hub app. We already have it on the phone, so we don't have to do that. And of course, you got the quick start guide there as well. Excuse me. All right, we got the case and headphone and earbuds here. Why do I keep calling them headphones? Earbuds here. Let's see underneath. We've got ear tips. We got large and small. Medium is already on the earbuds. We can open this like this and then pop this open here. Trying to keep things pristine as much as possible. Okay. All right, we'll get into that. But you got large and small ear pads there. We'll get into that. I don't want you to see me destroy it on camera. All right, and then of course we have, this should be our USB cable. Yes, going to USB-C to USB-C cable. Got the Status branding on the cable. Very nice. A short cable, but I like the fact that they're going to the USB-C to USB-C format there as well. We're going to tuck these back in here. Nice and cozy like, because we'll come back to them, especially them ear tips for sure. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the earbuds in the case. Let's go ahead and get this open here. All right, that's already destroyed. Not too worried about the wrapping on the case, but all right, there we go. Let me get this thing off me. All right, there we go. All right, here's the case. Very similar to the 3 ANC case, which I happen to have right here. Definitely, you can tell it's definitely smaller, and they do have the same width though, but definitely not as tall as the 3 ANC case. They shaved off a little bit there. Here on the top, let me get these guys level. They shaved off a little bit, as you can tell. I mean, I'm not level, but there we go. We're level now. Shaved off a little bit there off the top of that. Very nice. Still stuck with the matte finish. This is more of a graphite type of look to it than a black like the 3ANC has on it. I like it though. I like it. I guess this is that alloy look, the alloy coloring there to go with the black. We're going to set these off to the side. Very nice. Let's take a walk around. You got your LED light for charging. You've got your USB-C charging port in the back. And there is no pairing button on the outside. You know, the bottom portion, plastic, smooth. For your wireless charging, you got your Status branding here on the top. And we pop this open. Oh, that's clean. All right, you've got your pairing button here in the center. Of course, you got your 2 earbuds. Let's pull one out. Oh, yeah, I'm liking that. Look at that. You got they definitely knocked down the size of them. Let me go ahead and grab one of the 3 ANCs. We're going to compare the size. Definitely shrunk them down. You could definitely tell the difference between the Pro X and the 3 ANCs. But I think that's pretty much where, well, no, they did do some work on the neck and stem here. As you can see, let's turn it around, turn it to the side. As you can see, more of a looks like more of a unibody type of feel here when you go across here. I know this one stuck out a lot. A lot of people, clowned the three ANCs for their aesthetics. But once they put them on, all the clowning stopped for the most part. But yeah, you could definitely tell they went ahead and fine-tuned and refined their design on these, and still kept the look of them, but still out that. And of course, the in-ear, the wear detection sensor is huge because they didn't have it on the 3 ANCs, so they do have it on the Pro X. So that addition is nice. Very, very nice. I can't wait to compare them to. All right, let's go ahead and peel this plastic off. All right, we're going to peel that off. Let me get rid of that. Let's grab the second. And I like it now because I know I have, they're easier to pull out of the case because I do have the Status Between Pros. And those, I had the original ones where they were real like sloped into the case. It was hard to get them out. And then they went and shortened the case a little bit, lowered it, so it was easier. So man, these look so good. Let's go ahead and pop these in. All right, let's go ahead and flip the camera real quick. All right, we got them in. This is what they look like. Very discreet, nice seal. I got the mediums in. I more likely will go up to the large ear tip because I think the larger ones give me a better seal, but they feel very comfortable and they're very snug, very secure. I ain't got to worry about them falling out at all. Absolutely like the feel of them as well in the ear. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead, he said, show you one more time. We'll go ahead and get these guys paired up to the app and we'll take a walk through. Stay strapped in. All right, we're back in. Let's go ahead and get the Pro X paired up to the phone. Let's see what that Google Fast Pair works. We're going to go ahead and put this in. Now, did I take the... Boom, there it is. Let's go ahead and connect. That was really fast. All right, we're done there. So let's go ahead, and we got the volume slider there. Beautiful. Let's go. I'm gonna make sure. Did I take the? Yeah, I did. All right. I just wanted to make sure I took the plastic off of the other earbud there. If I can put it back. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the Status Hub app. We're there. We're gonna add device. Let me make sure I didn't disconnect it by putting it back in there. There we go. We're pairing Pro X. We are in. I love the way this app looks. I like the fact that Status went ahead and did that fantastic upgrade to their interface. Looks wonderful. All right, so let's go ahead. First things first, before we dive in, we're going to go ahead. We're going to check for a firmware update. So let's go ahead and see if there's one available. I don't see one. I don't see no notification of one. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quick walk around. All right, as you can see here, you got the name of the earbuds at the top, and you got charging or battery levels for both the case as well as the left and right earbud. And of course, moving down, you got your listening modes, you got noise canceling, you got off, and you got ambient. And with ambient, you got 4 different levels. You got low, medium, high, and super ambient. I don't know what that is, but I mean, you must be able to hear people down the block with that. But you got that option in there. I love that as well. You know, we're going to test that noise canceling here later on in the video. As well as now moving down, you got your EQ settings. Now, we do have a bunch of different ones here. You know how Status has their own. They got the signature status. They got the audio file. They got Knowles preferred. I'm interested to see what that sounds like. Stay tuned to the sound test. And you got the podcast and UGC. All right, so that's, and then you got vocal enhanced. Then of course you got the add custom, and you got an EQ there. What's that 8-band equalizer that you can really have some fun with? So you have that as well. We're going to go in depth in all of this stuff later on in the video. I'm very interested, especially that Knowles preferred. Got me intrigued. All right, moving on down. You got your earbud controls. You got your touch. You can touch controls. You can turn that off and on. And you can customize your options here. All right, you got it for both left and right earbud. So you can do a single tap, double tap, triple tap, tap and hold as well. Then you got the physical button guide down here at the bottom. For the left earbud, you can do, you got single, double click, and press and hold for 3 seconds. And then as well as on the right. So these things, you can really fine tune these, especially if you want. And it got it set so where you can use these individually and be able to have full range of control with it, which is wonderful. We will definitely go through. I'll set this up. We'll test them out later on in the video, but I'm excited, very excited. I love the fact that they have this in there. All right, so now let's keep it moving. We got find earbuds. You can find by sound or location. I like that. Let me pull one of these out, and we're gonna test the sound. Let me put this. The magnets on these is ridiculous. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to try it for sound. We're going to do the right. All right, there you go. Very unique sound, but that's in case you lose them. That's where you can find them that way. Very nice. And, of course, you can find it by location with the GPS tracker. Okay, then you got your sound tone. That's for phone calls. We're going to turn that on, so if I'm ever using them, I'm on a phone call. I like people to be able to hear me and everything like that. Or I don't want to seem as though I'm yelling at them. Not hear me, but not sound like I'm yelling. All right. So that way I hear myself talking. All right. Then, of course, you got multi-point connectivity as well. You know, we're going to test that with the LDAC and see if, actually, you know what? Let me see. Do we have that in here? We got the gear button here. Let's go take a look. We got some details. If you press on that, you can change the name of them. I would definitely do that. You got the model name, model number. You got your firmware version. You got the case charging version. And you got your Bluetooth device address. And then, of course, you got your fine earbuds, just like we did on the front, on the main screen. You got your dynamic EQ. You can turn that off and on. All right, I'm gonna reserve judgment on that. I'm gonna reserve judgment on dynamic EQ. Let me see. Okay. At low listening levels, dynamic EQ subtly restores bass and treble. Okay, all right, I got you. So yeah, basically, so if you have it turned down, you don't lose your bass and treble integrity in the song. So we're gonna turn that on. You got multi-point connectivity. Let's ask that. Let me see what they say here. Multi-point, yeah, okay. Doesn't say anything about not being able to use LDAC with it. So we definitely going to do that. You got your controls. We already went through that. You got your prompts. So you can go in here. You got your tone prompts. You can do voice prompts. We're going to do voice prompts. All right. And then, of course, you can do none at all. So I like the voice prompts. And, of course, you got your app settings here. Well, you got your info, your terms and conditions, privacy and policy, and help and support there as well. So, again, very loaded app. Absolutely. I didn't mention, I don't know if I did mention it or not, but for noise canceling, they do offer the wind noise reduction option there as well. So, we're going to test this full boat going in. This is going to be a pretty lengthy video, so I hope you guys are ready for it. Again, very, very packed app. I absolutely love the change in the interface. I love the features that are involved in this as well. I don't see, however, where you can turn on and off LDAC inside the app. I was looking for that because I have multi-point turned on, and I wanted to see. Actually, let's do a little bit of investigating here real quick. All right, let's see. All right, does it say anything about turning on and off LDAC? But I know if I go into my settings here, into the settings, LDAC is there, so we're going to turn that on. All right, we're going to turn it on. LDAC is on here, so now let's go back into the app. Multipoint is still on. All right, so LDAC and Multipoint at the same time. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so we got that all set up. And look, it already found my 3 ANCs too. Love it. So absolutely love the fact that now I have both of them in there. It's wonderful. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and continue our testing. Very excited to get these guys rolling and get into all the other tests and stuff and check out all the features, stay strapped in. All right, next up is the multi-point connectivity feature. We're going to see if we can use these or we can use these with Earbuds with both of these devices, and if they do have auto switching. All right, so we already got it connected to the Z Fold 7. We already see that there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put these guys, make sure my screen don't go to sleep on me. All right, we're going to put these guys back in the case. All right. Now we're going to put these guys in pairing mode. So they said press the button 3 times. Put these guys back into pairing mode. There they go. Now Google Pass Pair should pop up on this for me. Let's see. It did not do it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now it's there. Let's go ahead and connect. Now remember, we did have multi-point turned on in the app, so all right, we're just waiting for it to connect here. All right, says device is connected, done. And just, you know, for reference, it is not showing it here in my not showing it as connected here. That's interesting. Because normally I would get my volume slider here off to the right, but it's not showing it as connected. So let's go ahead and pull these out again. Whoa, that one went flying. Gotta be careful with these things. All right, let's go ahead and pull these out. We're gonna try that one more time. All right, drop them in the case. They're not connected to they're disconnected from the Z Fold 7. So here we go. Pressing the pairing button. 1, 2, 3. All right. So let's scan again. Oh, wait a minute. There they go. Now they all of a sudden showed up. All right, so let's go ahead and pair. Can we connect? Let's unpair this and do it again. We're going to knock this out because apparently there was an issue here. So let's go ahead and scan. All right, let's connect again. This is unusual for these earbuds. For this, I don't know what's going on here. All right, it says device is connected. Let's go ahead, done. Again, still not showing up. Let's take these out of the case. I don't know what the delay is here. It shows them up here as being connected. Got the little Google message, but yet it's not showing up on my list yet. Okay, it's still showing as pairing down here. All right. So we're going to see what's going on with this. We're doing this in real time. All right, let me see. Did that work? I'm not seeing my volume slider here, but it does show it up here on the list. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's just turn off Bluetooth here and let's focus here. I don't know what's going on here. All right, one more time. We doing this. Y'all doing this with me. All right, so we're going to do this one more time. All right, this time we're going to go ahead. We're going to close the case. We're going to open it back up. 1, 2, 3. Pop these in pairing mode. There we go. All right. Again, we got the pairing button. Let's go and hit scan. And let's scroll down. Pro X. Pair. All right, are we going to get our slider? All right, there's our volume slider. Okay, so there had to be something going on with the Google Fast Pair because now it is connected. So let's go ahead and take these out. And we're going to turn on Bluetooth here on the Z Fold 7. Throwing things. This is crazy. All right, then we're going to go ahead and pair it there. I hear audio coming out of them. Let's see if we can get connected. All right. So we're connected here on the phone and we're connected here on the tablet finally after all that. Now, again, I think there was something going on with the Google Fast Pair feature on there, but we did that in real time so you could see it. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get some audio, get some video up. We already got one pegged for this one, so we already set here. Let's go ahead and grab one for the phone. I always like to dive into my own content, so I ain't got to worry about nothing. All right, we want to grab something fun. Yeah, why not do that one? All right, there we go. All right, here we go. All right, so we got video for the Z Fold 7. We got video for the Tab S11 Ultra. Here we go. Let's go ahead and play on the tablet. All right. We got audio playing out of the tablet. Now let's go ahead to the phone. All right. We got audio playing out of the phone. Now what we're going to test now is if I go ahead and hit play on the tablet, will my audio switch automatically, pausing the video on the Z Fold 7. All right, here we go. No, it does not do it. So now what we have to do is pause it on your first device and then go to your second device and hit play. Works with no problem. Again, not a deal breaker for me, but I would really like to have that feature built in into earbuds as a standard now. I don't know if you agree with me or disagree with me, but again, like I said, it's not a deal breaker that it's not there, but it'd be something I would absolutely accept. So Multipoint works perfectly despite the issue with the Google Fast Pair onto the tablet. Hopefully that's just a one shot, a one of. So let's continue. All right, we're back in. What we're going to test now is the mono mode feature. We're going to see if we can, and the in-ear detection feature as well. Let's not forget that. We're going to see how fast the in-ear detection responds and pauses my audio when I take the earbuds out. And we're also going to see if you can listen to one earbud while the other one is in the case charging. All right, so here we go. We got our video up. So we can go ahead and hit play. All right, we got that playing. So now we're going to start with the right earbud here. Okay, less than a second. Very quick on the pausing. Let's go ahead and put that one in the case and close it. All right, we're going to hit play. All right, we got audio playing out of the left earbud. All right, so let's go ahead and get these back out and plug them in. Hit the touch surface there. Now we're back. All right, I got audio playing out of both earbuds now. We're going to go with the left this time. Again, pretty quick on the pause, less than a second. Let's go ahead and close that. Hit play. And I got audio playing out of the right. So you can use these individually, doubling the battery life, and you got a really quick response with the in-ear detection sensor. Let's continue. All right, next up is our touch control tech. I have it all set on my through their app. Went in, configured it how I want them. So we're gonna go ahead and run through and see how fast they respond. You have two options here. Let me pull one out so I can show you. You've got your touch surface here. The matte finish is your touch surface, and you also have your physical control button here on the top. All right, so what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna try to be careful to put these in and not trigger anything, and I failed miserably. So, all right, so what we got now, we've got our song queued up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through these as far as the single press, play, pause on either one. Let me put myself in the box here so you can see me doing it. All right, so first one on, well, single tap rather, is play pause. Hit it once. You can see that the audio has begun. Now, if I tap it on the right, it pauses. Okay, so now double tap on the right earbud will take me to the next track. 1, 2. Very quick too. Took me right over to the next track. Now double tapping on the left will either take me to the beginning of the song or to the previous track, depending on how far I am. 1, 2. It took me back. 1, 2. And now I'm back to the previous song. All right, so now my triple press option, you do have that available, but I have that disabled because of the button controls, and I'll show you why then. But if you press and hold on the right earbud, it will increase your volume. See, and notice that I'm just keep holding and my volume goes up. All right. On the left, it will decrease. Just press and hold. And notice that my volume continues to go down as long as I hold it. I don't have to release and then press again for either one. I absolutely love that feature. Now, going in, I'm going to bring up the app here, and I want to show you guys my features here. First off, I have the control buttons here on the top. So if I single press, it will send me into noise canceling, as you see here. Okay. And the same thing goes for the right earbud. Single press took me back to ambient sound. So that works there. Now, if I double press, it will it will activate my voice assistant. 1, 2. What's the weather for Harrisburg, Pennsylvania tomorrow? Okay, so see, that works there. It also works on my left ear as well. 1, 2. Why is water wet? All right, so that works too. I always like to ask that question and see what answers I get. All right, so the touch controls in combination, because touch controls in combination with the button controls, flawless. And I love the fact that you got control over everything on it, on these earbuds. It makes them very, very formidable and fun. Let's continue. This is a mic test with the Status Pro X earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Status Pro X earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Status Pro X earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Status Pro X earbuds in a crowded location. All right, we are out for a noise canceling test for the Status Pro X earbuds. All right, as you can see, I am wearing them, and right now we are currently in ambient mode on super. And I'm telling you, everything is crystal clear. We had traffic coming behind me. We got traffic coming. We got a light wind. We got a light breeze. I am taking in all of that. And there's a motorcycle about a half a block up the street that I can still hear. I mean, these things, ambient. Let's go to high. All right. Okay, high got a little quieter. Okay, high got in ambient mode. We're in ambient mode now. High got a little quieter. Super pretty much opened up the floodgates as far as the ambient sound. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and switch over to noise canceling. All right, now ANC has been turned on, and it did get a lot quieter. I mean, is it taking out all the sound? Is it completely quiet? No, it's not. I can still hear some of the traffic. I can still hear some of the cars behind me, but I'm telling you rather, what you're hearing through the mic, I'm not hearing. All right, it's got a lot quieter on that, and that's fantastic, and I'm really liking it. I wish it was a little bit more quieter than I'm getting, but again, it's still doing a fantastic job. It's just crazy. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put it on. We're gonna turn on wind noise reduction and see what that does. We got wind noise reduction turned on, and let's turn that back off to see the difference. All right, yeah, I'd rather not have wind noise reduction on because that kind of hurts the noise canceling. But again, doing a really good job. I wish it was a little quiet. I wish it was I wish it was quieter. I can still hear some, but again, I mean, compared to what you guys are picking up, I'm not hearing that on here. This is really, they're doing a really, really good job. All right, so if I had to rate these between 1 and 10, 1 being absolute trash, 10 being the best ever, I would be good. I'd be good with a solid 7.5 on these ones. Not quite at 8. I don't feel comfortable giving them an 8 on that because I could still, because of the level of sound that's coming through on the ambient sound that's actually being that's not being picked, that's not being blocked. Okay, now I can understand if I had it where it was getting blocked, but it was getting through, but it was really low sounding, then I could give it an 8. But just because it's coming through and I could hear and the volume level is a little higher, I can't do that. So a 7.5 on these ones. I wish it was better coming being a new pair of earbuds. Their latest ones, I hope they would improve that. But still, they did a really good job. So this is, oh, and one more thing. I am using the large ear tips on these. I did swap them out. And I'm not listening to any audio while I'm doing this test. This is strictly the strength of the noise canceling within the earbuds. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there for you guys to know. All right, so this has been the ANC test for the Status Pro X earbuds. All right, next up is the sound test. As you can see, I'm still down here in the box, but I just want to make sure you guys can see clearly what's going on here on the phone when it comes to the app and all my settings and everything. So right now we are in ambient mode in the app. And as you can see, we've got the EQ setting set to status. I did create my own EQ setting here. It shows it here, but we're going to go into the actual app, and I wanted to show you how I had it set up here on mine. I had it going from, just this way because I think, again, not all EQs react the same. Not all earbuds react the same to settings. So this is what I have for these earbuds. All right, so right now, but like I said, right now we're going to start with the signature setting. All right, and we are at my optimum listening level here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is put these guys in noise canceling mode because that's how I listen to my music mostly. All right, and then let's go ahead and get into our songs here. All right, we got our first song up, all acapella. Dominique Feels Ami. Feeling Good is the title of the song. So let's dive in. All right, right off the bat, I like the volume. Again, we are using just their standard signature sound. Nice sound stage, nice wide, sounds wide. Let me make sure I'm locked in here. Okay. Felt like it was falling out. But again, their signature sound. I like the clarity of the vocalists. Again, getting the nuance of it. Her breathing, the popping of the B's, P's, and T's. Working. Let's go ahead and switch to audio file. Okay. Let's see how it sounds with the background vocalist. Okay, a little bit more, a little turned down a little bit from the signature sound, but the vocalists seem to be a little clearer with this one. All right, let's go to Knowles. Oh, okay, that's nice. And again, it's kind of a combination of the signature and audio file, in my opinion. But I like that Knowles. All right, let's go to Vocal Enhance. Again, the does exactly what it says. It enhances the vocals, but I think it would work more towards something that has like a musical background. All right, so we'll come back to that one in the next song. How about podcast? Okay, again, turns down the if the actual harmony in the song, and it just brings in focuses, but it emphasizes the vocals of the singers. All right, now mine, woo, that's loud. All right, I literally have to turn that down. That's crazy. But I had to turn it down when I'm using mine. So now, lesson learned. So we're going to have to do that moving forward. But my setting really brightens out everything. Very interesting. All right, let's pause that real quick. Let's get our bearings back. Let's get back to the. Notice I didn't have to turn it up. Everything was fine, and I actually literally had to go back down in sound, in volume rather, when it came to my EQ settings. So already starting off on a good foot. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and flip over. Let's get into a bass song. Let me see. Let's you know what? Let's go to O Reliable, E40. Yes, we got some other ones. We'll tap into those too. So let's try this one here. All right. Ooh, nice bass. That's smooth. Nice punch. And again, the fade out is nice. Ripples in a pond, like I always say, which is how you want your bass to fade away. All right, let's go to audiophile. All right, again, turns down the bass. Still got good knock, but turns the bass down a bit. All right, let's go to nose. Okay, I like that. Again, a little bit of a combination of the signature and audiophile. Let's go to podcast. Turns down the bass completely and it emphasizes the voices, the singers, artists. Okay, vocals turns up the bass a little bit more than podcast, but again emphasizes the vocals of the artist. Very clean. All right, so let me turn it down. Let's get ready. Let's hit. Okay. I had to turn it down to be ready for it because I ain't wanted to blast me. All right, let's come back up. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that bass is punching on there. I gotta find a way to the mids and highs sound a little warm. I wish there's a way I got to find out that sweet spot to turn them up, to get them a little brighter. But that would work. All right. Again, that would work for these. I love the bass hit. I love the punch on that. But I got to find a way to, at least on my EQ settings. On my EQ settings, I had to find that sweet spot with the mids and highs to get that clarity back that I was getting, that I had like in the nose setting. The nose setting, I think, is the one to go with these headphones, with these earbuds. I think that is the best setting overall, even with my EQ setting. And I love the bass in mine, but I think the nose setting is the best one to go with. All right, so we're going to continue to rock out on the nose setting. We'll tap into the other ones as well, but I think that's where I'm going to be until I find that sweet spot in my EQ settings where I like the way it sounds there. But all right, so let's go ahead and get into another song. We're gonna blah, 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 blah. Let's go ahead down. Song I haven't used in a little bit. Thanks to you, we're gonna do that box gag. So let's go ahead and try this song here. All right, again, we are in the nose setting, I believe. Yes, we are. Let's make sure we at our optimal listening level. Okay. Yeah, that's smooth. That's very smooth. I like that. Let's go ahead and signature. Okay, nice. It sounds good. Audio file. Yeah, you can definitely tell that those two, you combine them, equals the nose. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Those two settings the nose is those two settings in one. I like it. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. Let's go ahead down to, actually, let's turn this down and let's test mine. There we go. I mean, it gives you that. Oh, that's just something. All right, let me get these to 0. All right, let me see if we can get this. I just want to see. Cause that bass is nice. All right, there we go. Okay. I think I might have cracked the code. I think I might have cracked the code. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna save it there because okay. I think I cracked the code for mine. Because that sounds really clear. But we're gonna test it out again. All right, we're gonna first of all we're down, okay. So let's go to another song. I think I've cracked the code. I'm ecstatic about this if this works. All right, let's go ahead and yeah, let's try Pony here. Now we're using my custom setting right now. As you can see, we're using mine, and it's coming through nice and clear. I like that. Yeah. All right. I could turn it up a little bit now. Get closer to my ideal listening level. Yeah. Woo, that rumble is clean. All right, let's go to the nose. Okay. All right, give me some of that bass. Here we go. Woo. Turn it up. All right. Yeah. Okay. Man, that sounds so good. All right, let's. Oh, that sounds. I think I cracked the code on my with my EQ settings, but I believe I'll still do some fine tuning, but I think I've figured it out, and I'm excited about that. All right, let's go and get into another song here. Um, let's go into an instrumental song. We haven't done a pure instrumental song, so let's go ahead and do that. Um, of course, Averats. Let's get it. All right, now we are currently in was we are in? We are in Knowles preferred. All right, let's go back to signature. Again, nice and crisp with the keyboard. Let's go over the audio file. Again, it's got I mean, man, you can definitely tell these are fantastic. Really, they sound really good. And then let's go ahead and add the nose. Now it's nice sound stage too. Oh, they just sound good. All right, let's give me that bass. Yes. Clean. All right, we are at my optimal listening level. I just wanted to make sure we were there. All right. We're going to back this down because we're going to switch over to mine. Ooh. That bass is serious. Yes. Again, we got I think I cracked the code, but it's gonna take some fine tuning. But man, yes. I do like this no setting. I think until I perfect my setting here on these, I think I will rock with that one. I'm probably I know I already said it, but that's the one I will rock with here. Man, I just love the way these sound. I love the different sound settings that they have. And yes, I do have LDAC turned on for these. Let me go ahead and show you because I know that's probably going to come up in a question in the comments. LDAC is turned on, as you can see, in the phone for these earbuds. So just to show you guys. But yes, these I'm very ecstatic about these earbuds. The sound. And once I get my EQ setting, once I cracked the code, I kind of figured out how to do it. It's now just perfecting that sound out of them. And sky's the limit for these. I really, really enjoy them. And again, the mids and highs, Again, in the nose preferred are fantastic. The bass is smooth and clean, nice punch and everything. It either be this one or my custom EQ setting that I will go between on a daily basis. Not don't give it away. The signature and the audio file presets are good, and they're good for certain songs. But I think the nose or nose preferred and everything, I think that's a better one. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab another song real quick. I know this video is running long, but hey, it is what it is. All right, we're going to try this Mozart. Now, this one is in a title. I found it there, so let's go ahead and play it. Actually, let's go ahead and make sure we are on. I want to make sure this is... let me see what we got. All right. I want to make sure this is high res. It's not going to allow me to switch that. No. Okay. Yeah, it is on high. Okay. It's high. I wanted to make sure it's high res audio. Man, that sounds crisp. And we're on nose preferred. Let's go to audio file. Man, that sounds clean. Yeah. Nose preferred. Let me turn this down because I'm going to switch over to mine. Yeah. I still got some work to do on that, but yeah, I like where it's going. I like where it's heading. But man, that sounds really clean, really crisp with the lead violin and the second violin. And of course, the cello is my favorite. It sounds so clean. Yeah. Oh, that's it right there. I don't know why, but I just love that. I love that song. I you can listen to the entire thing, but of course we're not going to do that here on this. But man, this sounds really, really good. All right. So far, I'm very impressed with the sound. I think the nose preferred is the better of the presets because it gives you the combination, like I said, of the status signature and the status audio file, and it's just like a combination of those two. So you are getting the nice crisp mids and highs, and you're getting that smooth, clean bass hit. And with this triple driver setup, that bass is for the truth. Now, when I have it set in mind, the bass is just powerful. I'm just trying to find that sweet. I'm still working on that sweet spot. I think I cracked the code, like I said, on how to get there. It's just about getting there now. As far as getting the mids and highs to be a little bit more clear, because they're leaning more to the warmer end right now. But give me some time. I'll get them to where it's chef's kiss. And every time and then once I get them there, I'll put them up against my top 4 or 5 earbuds and see how they last. Not to mention the OGs. They got to see them first. But anyway, let's go ahead. It was fun. I have enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and switch over to my likes and dislikes of the Status Pro X earbuds. All right, let's go ahead and talk about my likes and dislikes of the Status Pro X earbuds. Let's first start with my dislikes. Number one, I did not like how the Google Fast Pair responded with these earbuds. I'm thinking that's probably a one-off. I will test it with connecting to other devices and see if I get that same result. As far as being able to switch or be picked up automatically, or picking up the tablet or my other devices automatically. I didn't like that, so we're gonna put that in the dislike category. There's nothing that a firmware update couldn't fix, though. Let me see. Anything else that I did not like about this? I was going to put the response to the graphic equalizer as a dislike, but once I cracked that code on how to adjust it, I immediately took that away from that category. So yeah, only thing I could think of. Oh yeah, and other than that, and no auto switching. Auto switching also is no auto switching is a dislike. It's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely a dislike. Especially these earbuds here. You would think coming out with their second gen of these high power, high quality earbuds, you would definitely have auto switching added on to the indies. As far as my likes, I love the way they reduced the overall footprint of both the case and the earbuds. Notice I didn't mention earlier that these guys, they do not have the wing like the three ANCs or the Between Pros do. So everything's molded. It's ergonomically fit, very comfortable. And again, like I said, I like how they reduce the footprint overall of the actual earbud as well as the case. Absolutely like that. Nice and sleek, even more pocketable than it was before. Definitely, in my opinion, a little bit more smoother. Not I guess smooth. I guess not smoother, but a little bit more discreet than the three ANCs. Let me say touch controls, very responsive both, and also the button control. Absolutely love the combination of two. How you can really get those mix and match to so these guys will perform as you like them to. Absolutely, I'm really happy about and that they maintained that from the three ANCs. Did not take that away at all. Let me see. The noise canceling, really good on these. The mics, again, really good. I thought back to the noise canceling. I thought they would have improved that to put them up there a little closer to like the Sonys, a little closer to the Bose. I thought they would do that, but they haven't yet. But it's still a solid noise canceling on these. I would not. I mean, again, I like it, but I thought it would be a little bit more improved. All right, so let's see. Noise canceling. Yep, I got that. We got the sound. Fantastic. I like that nose preferred setting out of the presets. And again, like I said, I was gonna give them the issue. I was gonna say I didn't like how they responded to the graphic equalizer for the custom settings. But again, now that I cracked the code, I can go in and fine tune the mids and highs. I'm gonna try to get them as crispy as possible, as clear as possible to match the bass and the power and the energy that the low end gives. And these, I'm telling you, once I figure that out, I think these are going to be hard to beat in a gauntlet series. And I got some absolute beasts lined up for these guys too. So that's going to be fun. Let me see. I think that covers everything. Wireless charging, absolutely love it. They had it with the three ANCs. They got it here. I like the fact that they continued that. Yeah, I think that covers just about everything as far as my likes and dislikes. Just a fantastic, just a really good upgrade to the three ANCs. Oh yeah, one more thing. The in-ear detection. I love how that responds. And mono mode, of course, being able to use them individually is always a winner for me. All right, so that ends that ends my likes and dislikes section for the Status Pro X earbuds. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. So this has been an unboxing and review of the Status Pro X earbuds. Definitely worth a look, worth a pickup. I would recommend grabbing these, absolutely. If you're in the market for high quality earbuds with good noise canceling, good mics, and really, really great sound. I can't wait to put these guys up against some of my best, like the Amadeus, the Rex 5s, the DVI Gemini 2s. I just got to figure out, I got so many I could put these guys up against, but I think this is going to be, I don't know exactly how long of a gauntlet series I'm going to do. So I'll put that out in the poll for you guys, how long of a gauntlet series you want to see with these. and you guys tell me the most. Of course, the one with the most votes will be the length of the Gauntlet series. It's going to. I'm telling you, there's a lot that I can choose from. The roster is long. It's getting longer, so I really would like to see. I like to let you guys to tell me how long you want it to be. All right, so I'll put that out there later on. So again, definitely a great pair of earbuds. I want to come and that's another thing. I want Status to come out with a headphone, another one. They had the core ANCs earlier, the budget ones that were really, really good. I want them to bring out a high-end headphone to compete with those like the Sonys, the Bose, hell, even the Bowers and Wilkins and in that ilk, the Sennheisers and stuff. I want them to bring out a high quality ear headphone, over the ear headphone, and yeah, definitely want to see them do that. Hopefully they will. I'm the peon in this game, so I'm probably not being listened to. But if they do happen to stumble across this video, I hope you guys come out with a over the ear headphone, and I'm dying to see how you guys would do with that. All right, so again, if you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue to do videos like this and others, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and notification bell. I know this video was nice and long, but I've tried to be as thorough as I possibly can. And I appreciate you guys pulling up and spending some time with me. If you made it all the way through the video, fantastic. If you use the timestamps in the bottom in the description to get to where you want to listen to, things you want to learn about, fantastic there as well. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.